Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Vimoh Live. This is a live stream that happens on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Today is July 8th, 2023, Saturday, and we are live at 8:01. Sorry, 1 minute late, but that was just a technicality. The stream technically started 2 minutes ago, so I don't answer to people who claim that I've been late. Um, this channel was started exactly this channel was started. Sorry, my phone rang. Who's this? This is just weird. The channel was started exactly 3 years ago on 2020, July 8th. So today we are at the third birthday of this channel. When the live stream started, it was uh, I'll be honest, it was supposed to be a gaming channel. But then I realized that I don't have what it takes to be a gamer. As in, a gaming channel is run by people who play games for 8, 9 hours at a stretch, and I can't do that. Uh, I don't think I'm that person. So eventually, I went back to live streaming on Instagram, and I did live streams on Instagram for quite a while before coming to YouTube. I figured I might as well start a channel because there was no way to do this full time, as in monetize it on Instagram. There still isn't, but the channel has been going on for 3 years, and I have spoken to hundreds of people, heard so many perspectives. This has been a great learning experience, and I hope that this continues and we continue to hang out here until the time that we can't anymore, because either I or this channel ends. So yeah, thank you everyone who has been part of the journey. Nothing special is planned for today. We are still just going to talk to people, and when we talk to people, I have in order to talk to people, I've shared a link in the chat. Have I shared a link in the chat? Have I? Oh yeah, I have shared a link in the chat. I just haven't pinned it to the top. Let me just do that now. Pin message. If you want to come on screen and talk about something we disagree on, feel free to do so. I'm always going to prioritize, not always, I've recently started doing this. I'm going to prioritize people who disagree with me compared to people who agree with me. If you still think that you have a topic that should be prioritized, when you join, go into the private chat option and tell me the topic that you want to talk about. Some people have started joining, but before I get to them, let me take a look at some comments. Sameep says, Happy birthday, Vimo Live channel. Thank you, Sameep Science. Glenn Fernandez says, Happy birthday, Vimo channel. Thank you. Rhythm says, Yeah, cheers to many more years to come. I truly wish the channel keeps growing. Thank you, Rhythm. It has grown quite a lot. I mean, not by standards of, channels which have millions of subscribers, but by my own standards, it has grown quite a lot. It's healthy, stable growth, is what I'm saying. Better World says 3 bold woke years. Thank you, Purnima. Thank you, Dexter. Let's go. Uttam Raj says hello. Dhruv Malik says, "Hey Vimo, what are your thoughts on anti-clericalism and Mustafa Kem?" Dhruv, I have no idea what those things mean. If you want to talk about them, come on screen and talk about them. Like mention what they are, and then tell me what you think about them, and then we can talk. Kamal Ataturk. Oh, okay. You're talking about. Hmm. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't want to open my mouth and prove myself a fool. But feel free to come on screen and talk. Um, Ankit says, Hey Vimo, how is health? Thanks for recommending Ashwin. Started watching the movies he recommended. Pure gold. Yeah, Ashwin is amazing. अरुण says, भाई आपका व्यू क्या है यूसीसी पर? काहे का यूसीसी? पहले लॉ तो लाएं. खाली यूसीसी के बारे में बात करने से क्या होगा? वेयर इज द ड्राफ्ट? वेयर इज द एक्चुअल लॉ? यूसीसी के बारे में बात करना हवाई किला है. मैं वेट करूंगा जब तक वो कानून लाते नहीं हैं, तब तक मैं कुछ नहीं बोलने वाला. आई थिंक if you just want to say, should the country have the same law for everyone, people can have different views on it. Like I heard the prime minister talk about UCC in a speech recently, and he said, अगर घर के एक आदमी के लिए एक कानून है और दूसरे के लिए दूसरा कानून है तो ऐसे थोड़ी चलेगा. तो अगर फैमिली को मेटाफर के रूप में यूज़ करना है तो ये सोचो, एक घर है जहाँ पे पेरेंट्स हैं, बाप माँ और बच्चा है. बाप माँ घर का काम करते हैं और ऑफिस जाते हैं और पैसे कमाते हैं, और बच्चा स्कूल जाता है. हम आज से बोलेंगे कि आज से सबके लिए एक कानून, मतलब कल से तीनों स्कूल जाएंगे, या फिर बच्चा भी ऑफिस जाएगा. So it kind of breaks down. I'm not saying UCC is a bad idea, but there has to be more nuance in our conversations about it, and a family metaphor really isn't cutting it. In a country as diverse as ours, it needs more thought. And so I will wait for what those thoughts are in the actual written down law. मैं हवाई किलो के ऊपर कमेंट नहीं करना चाहता. Murli says, hi Vimo, long time no see. Okay. So again, a bunch of people have joined. Please go into the private chat option on the right side of the interface and tell me what you want to talk about, and then I'll choose who comes first and who comes second and all that. Barnali says, wish Vimo live many returns of this day in the future. Thank you, Barnali. You have been a consistent support for the channel for many weeks and months now, and a commenter also. Appreciate it. Surya says, when is your main channel's birthday? My main channel's birthday is April 1st. I'm not remembering exactly how many years it has been. But the main channel, its history is even more complicated. It was designed, it was started as something else, and now it apparently has become about atheism. So we'll talk about that some other time. We'll talk about it on the birthday of the main channel. When is April 1st, by the way? What month is it? July, August. हाँ बहुत टाइम है. अगले साल बात करेंगे. Uh, Ashish says, recently I came across an article stating that Israel has become the second wealthiest nation in Asia in terms of GDP per capita. Considering China's large size, it is notable that the country what? has come first. Okay. Hmm. Country has achieved significant prosperity. Given that India is a democratic nation, do you think it has the potential to attain similar wealth in the future? Well, Israel is a tiny country, and I have reason to believe that everyone there is prosperous. Like, I don't often hear about poverty in Israel, but that may simply be my ignorance. I don't think the parameters you apply to Israel or China can be applied to India because A, China does not have the same political system as ours, and Israel is far too small in size to be comparable. If Israel was as large as India, would Israel be as prosperous? And secondly, my idea of a prosperous nation is a place where everyone has equal opportunity to rise up in life, free access to health and Medicare. So that's my definition. So I don't really care how other people get there. I'm more interested in how we get there. And our way cannot be the same as everyone else's. Raghunath Ramdasan, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Thanks for your weekly doses of humanist perspective. The need for original and non-copycat four horsemen in India could not be greater. Thank you for calling me non-copycat, because if someone called me one of the horsemen, I would have been slightly worried. Left, center, right, center as ideology, center, left, and right, center as ideology. Shiroyasha says, why modern youth is attracted to right-wing propaganda. Let's take Shiroyasha first. I was I was kind of sort of unkind to him a couple of episodes back.
Hi, hi.
What's up?
वही congratulations on the third anniversary. हो गई है या is it approaching?
You've been हो गया, आज है, आज today is the birthday.
Okay,
Hello?
I think मेरे साइड से कुछ connection issue है. You are lagging a bit. Okay.
नहीं सुना
हाँ
सुनाई दे
वही
रहा,
मतलब
सुनाई दे
फिर
रहा.
हाँ I mean you were breaking for me. Okay. So what I
Oh,
was
okay.
saying वही जहाँ पे हमने the conversation that we left last time, मतलब
हम्म.
why I feel कि first of all do you think कि मतलब youth बहुत ज़्यादा influence हो रहा है right wing के propaganda से?
Well,
Do you
youth
agree
is
with
dull.
that?
I think around 2014 this would have been true. Right now I would not agree.
Okay. But I
Yeah.
think a lot of people are falling for the narrative, and मतलब the reason why I think that is
हम्म.
because इतने टाइम से जो कांग्रेस का राज देखा है लोगों ने, उसमें कहीं ना
हम्म.
कहीं उनका ये बिलीफ है कि कांग्रेस हैज बीन माइनॉरिटी अपीजिंग इन द
हम्म.
कंट्री.
हम्म.
तो उसके लिए उनको लगता है कि जैसे देयर वाज द शाह बानो वाला केस हुआ था
हम्म.
एंड अ लॉट ऑफ इंसिडेंसेस, तो
Yeah,
मतलब कांग्रेस
I'm
का तो
aware of the
बिल्कुल.
talking points, generally speaking. Yeah.
या या सो लाइक डोंट यू थिंक मतलब फिर पीपल अब बाइनरी में सोचते हैं ना सब लोग, या तो ये या तो ये. सो पीपल आर लाइक कांग्रेस तो नहीं चाहिए, तो इनके साथ ही चल पड़ते हैं.
No, I don't. I think it's slightly more complicated than that. I think because I have been someone who has watched this very closely from the right wing perspective and now not the right wing perspective, the position I have is that the youth, like, you can create a mahal around someone or something in order to make it cool. And around 2014, what was happening is that these guys were like, if around 2014 the narrative had not been development, then Hindutva would not have taken root. Hindutva cannot come to power by saying, yeah, we are Hindutva, we are going to do, discriminate. That is not to to put one phrase to it, that is not a sexy approach. The youth got attached to the cool factor of Narendra Modi's campaign, and a lot of people, including myself, we were attracted to the development narrative that came with it. The Hindutva was secondary. Now that the Hindutva narrative has had its run for around 10 years, many people are getting tired of it. So, right now, when they look at the Congress, they're not seeing the legacy of Rajiv Gandhi, Indira Gandhi, and all that. They're seeing Rahul Gandhi. They're seeing him going to Manipur. They're seeing him doing the Bharat Jodo Yatra, etc. So, I think at any given point of time, given the political or cultural winds, it is possible to make any ideology sexy. So, right
No,
now,
so when it comes to Indira
Hindutva
Gandhi,
has
the
become
only
stale, I think.
talk I see. नहीं, with Indira Gandhi, the thing is only talking about becomes emergency. Emergency
Yeah,
लगा दी
yeah,
थी.
yeah. In fact, I'm not a huge fan of when people say, yeah, Congress legacy and all that. Look at how great Indira Gandhi was. I'm not a huge fan of Indira Gandhi because I think Indira Gandhi, the way she did things, paved the path for what Narendra Modi is doing now.
Hmm. I
Yeah.
mean, the thing is, जो हमारा लेफ्ट विंग इकोसिस्टम है ना,
Hmm.
उनका हिपोक्रेसी बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपोज हो रहा है, इज व्हाट आई फील, या किया है राइट विंगर्स ने, नॉट टू से दैट वो खुद हिपोक्रेट नहीं होते हैं, वो भी होते हैं,
Hmm.
बट द थिंग इज पीपल आर सीइंग कि मतलब कि बोलते कुछ है करते कुछ और है, सो
Yeah.
मतलब
So I
कहीं ना
don't
कहीं मुझे
think that
लगता है
is.
लेफ्ट विंग के अंदर भी बहुत
See, here's the
हिपोक्रेसी है.
thing. If you had mentioned this even 2 years ago, I would have agreed more than I do right now, because what is happening right now is that, like, two years ago, if you had asked about the problems with the Congress's approach to elections, I would have said that it is undecided, it is trying to become the BJP, there is soft Hindutva happening. The hypocrisy part, at least from the point of view of, like, I think at this point, even the BJP will agree that the Congress is trying to project Rahul Gandhi as the prime minister, right? So I think the hypocrisy angle is not that uh, prominent right now, because Rahul Gandhi is the only politician in the country, I think, apart from some state chief ministers, who have openly said that I'm anti RSS, anti BJP, anti their political ideology. They're not trying to become a second BJP. They're openly stating that we are not the BJP, and they're embracing this new idea of, Mohabbat ki dukaan and all that. So I think what you are saying would have been true a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, and quite possibly, and most definitely before that. Right now, things are very different.
लाइक जब भी कांग्रेस की बात होती है ना, पीपल
Hmm.
का स्ट्रॉन्ग रिएक्शन ये आता है कि कांग्रेस कभी भी हिंदूज की साइड नहीं लेती है, दे ऑलवेज मेक हिंदूज द टारगेट. वो
Hmm.
कभी भी मुस्लिम्स के पर्सनल लॉ को टच नहीं करेंगे, सबसे पहले हिंदू का नंबर लगाएंगे.
Hmm.
बिकॉज ये जेसाई दीपक ने बहुत बार ये क्लेम तो क्या किया था, फैक्ट दैट वो हिंदूमाइज लॉ में तो सबने फटाफट से नेहरू ने प्रोग्रेसिव चेंजेस ला दिए थे, बट नो
Hmm.
बडी डेयर टू टच द मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ टिल डेट.
I find it a little weird to say that, okay, we accept that we have regressive practices, but how dare you reform us and not them?
No, no.
Don't
What
you
they're
think?
saying
Don't
is
you
why
think so?
only us.
Like,
They're
if
saying
if
why
if
only us.
if there is legal reform to be had, then sure, it should be had everywhere. But why would someone say ki I am pissed that I was reformed and they were not reformed?
Yeah,
It's a
I
little weird,
definitely
no?
think उनका तो यही कहना है, वो इसी उससे कह रहे हैं कि हमें भी कुछ छेड़ा, हमें भी मत छेड़ते. But what I am saying
No,
is
no, but
सब
but
जगह
think about
रिफॉर्म
it,
होना
na.
चाहिए.
Think about it. Think about it. If someone said, uh, I have 4 rasgullas, and I will give you one, and I will give that person two. I can understand. Yeah, right. I can understand. Yeah, I got less than that person. Cool. But if someone said I have 2 rasgullas, I will. No, sorry, this is not rasgulla metaphor. The second one will be probably you and that person are both injured. I
Okay.
will I will give you good medical treatment. I will not give that person medical treatment. Why would you become angry then saying, why was only I treated and that person not treated? See
बट
my
बट
point?
बट
That's what I'm saying.
आई सी इट, आई डेफिनेटली सी इट. और मैं तो ये बोल रहा हूँ कि जो हमारे धर्म गुरु है वो तो चाहते भी नहीं थे that उनको ट्रीटमेंट मिले, वो कह रहे हैं हमें भी छोड़ दो, हमें भी क्यों छेड़ा तुमने?
Yeah, the
वो
Hindu
तो
Code
इस
Bill was
मंशा से
opposed.
गया है।
The Constitution of India was opposed by the,
Yeah.
I believe, whatever the equivalent of the Sangha Parivar was back then.
Yep, yep.
Yeah,
But what I'm
yeah.
saying is हमारे में तो तुमने रिफॉर्म लाया, that is very correct from
Hmm.
that is my opinion. But what I'm
Hmm.
saying is फिर उनके रिलीजन पे तुमने क्यों नहीं लाया? Like what is it that you fear? क्योंकि they also make a significant percentage of our
आना
population,
चाहिए,
right?
बिल्कुल आना चाहिए। आई एग्री कि आना चाहिए, पर मैं ये गुस्सा समझ नहीं पा रहा हूँ। आर यू डूइंग इट आउट ऑफ कंसर्न फॉर देम, और आर यू डूइंग इट बिकॉज़ यू थिंक दैट द रिफॉर्म दैट वाज़ हैड on your religion was a bad thing and that your religion should have remained regressive?
Well,
That
this
is
is
the
the
point.
general sentiment that I get when I
नहीं,
talk
नहीं,
to
I get
people
it. I
who
also get this, but I'm trying to
बट वही
understand
फिर मैं
where
उनको
the
मुझे वही
sentiment is
समझ नहीं
coming
आता
from.
कि मतलब हाउ डू आई मतलब मैं इसका रिबटल क्या दूँ?
मैं तो
मतलब
बोल
व्हाट
रहा
डू
हूँ
आई
रिबटल ना, कि जो बोल रहा है उसका इंटेंशन क्या है? जो बोल रहा है वो इस इंटेंशन से बोल रहा है कि वो दूसरे कम्युनिटीज़ का भला चाहता है? या वो इसलिए बोल रहा है क्योंकि उसका लगता है कि जो रिफॉर्म्स आए हैं वो नहीं आने चाहिए थे, कि हमें उसी कंडीशन
नो
में रहना चाहिए
रिगार्डलेस
था?
ऑफ द इंटेंशन आल्सो ना, अब हमारे में
No,
तो रिफॉर्म
I
आ ही गया
cannot I
है।
cannot do that. Like, regardless of the intention is the ex when I was a Narendra Modi supporter, and I know the holes in it. They are gigantic holes. I think intentions matter. If that is why I cannot take Kapil Sibal seriously right now when he talks about internet censorship, because he was the guy who brought 66A. Remember?
हुँ, हुँ, हुँ।
Yeah.
तो
So I
मतलब
definitely
देखो
take intention seriously.
इंटेंशन मुझे क्या लगता है, बट अगर आई ट्राई टू लेट्स टेक दिस फॉरवर्ड कि इंटेंशन में भी ये है that दे वांट टू प्रूव कि
Hmm.
अगर मुस्लिम के कानून में तुम कुछ भी चेंज करोगे तो दे विल नॉट लेट यू डू इट, दे विल बिकम
Hmm.
वेरी रैडिकल। जैसे
Hmm.
फ्रांस का भी वो अभी कुछ तो जला वला दिया था, नहीं क्या जला दिया।
Okay.
तो दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ नैरेटिव दैट दे ट्राइंग टू पुश। अब ये चीज
Hmm.
तो तभी रिफ्यूट हो पाएगी ना जब समवन विल ट्राई टू चेंज इट एंड मुस्लिम्स विल टेक इट कि मतलब हाँ
See,
ठीक है करो।
we have seen attempts at changing it in the
आई थिंक
last
वही
few
इंटेंशन।
years. Yeah, we have seen these attempts, right? And what has happened as a result of it? We have seen the triple talaq thing being rescinded, and I found a lot of Muslim women really appreciating it. But they also said that under the guise of helping Muslim women, Muslim men are being imprisoned. So you can illegalize something and you can criminalize something, right? A lot of these things are being done very brazenly in order to mete out punishment. Are you of the
हुँ,
opinion that that is a good idea? I am not, because I think social reform cannot be done with punishment as the foundation,
या
right?
makes sense. Yeah, I'm still very conflicted on this, but I don't see an easy answer to this, honestly.
No,
We must
definitely.
just
No,
do
nothing has an easy answer.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, these are good conversations to have, Shriyasha. Thank you.
Hmm. Thank you.
Hello. Bye bye. That was Shirasha. Before I proceed, let me just thank Barnali for the 200 rupee super sticker. Vimoh, do you think morality or the sense of right wrong should be, should not be, is subjective and changeable with circumstances, time, place, among person to person, and not a universal thing? Well, it depends on a number of factors. Uh, what we define as morality is mostly a social construct. So within society, certain things are absolute, but they're not universally absolute. So uh, we will say that a one human being killing another human being is immoral, but we will not say that a lion killing a deer is immoral, because it's not a property of nature. Morality, we created morality in order to maintain order in society. The reason morality, ethics, good behavior, codes of conduct exist within human society is so that if people start killing each other, society will destroy itself. So morality is a way for society to maintain its cohesion. Uh, Having said that, certain things are more common, like, thou shalt not kill, etc., and certain things are a little more a little more dependent on location and culture and background. So it's not as easy a question as is it objective or subjective. uh, Kumar Porush, thank you for the 100 rupee super sticker. Much appreciated. By the way, I would also like to thank Himanshu Sutia, who left us 200 rupees super chat before the live stream started. His message has disappeared, but I appreciate that also, Himanshu. Thank you very much. Somebody has asked, Arjun, how can I, Vimoh, how can I call you? Arjun, there is a link pinned to the top of the chat. You can click on it and you can call me. You can join me on screen. So let's take a look at who else is here. Airborne says religious folks not wanting to accommodate secular ideas. Airborne reactionary is real power or just mere zits? Harkamal Singh, my relationship with my girlfriend, just wanted to say thank you regarding something being on the right side of history. I broke up with her. Harkamal, I would rather not talk about your personal life, but if you want to talk about something else, I'll take you on momentarily. Give me a minute. Amazon says take on Caste, wanted to expand, also wanted to be doing about the progress that has been shown. Right. Let's take K, who has been waiting for quite some time. Hi, K. K.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. I can hear you. Go on.
Okay. Okay. Uh, so first of all, happy birthday to your channel,
Thank you.
and and I want to talk about the center thing. Uh,
Okay.
uh, I guess last or before that, you were talking about the what is center. So I thought about that, and uh, usually I considered myself most of the left center. I mean,
Hmm.
who is uh, who is in the left but close to the center.
Okay.
So I'm socially left and economically right in most of the
Okay.
cases.
Okay.
So isn't it's better that people come to the left to the center and right to the center rather than going totally left and right?
कैसे बोल सकते हैं ये? If someone is not close to the center, then they're not close to the center. You can be left close to the center, or right close to the center. But if someone else is not, how are we to tell them that this is good and that is bad? Why is the center a
I
good thing?
mean, no, I'm saying that कि प्रॉब्लम यही होती है ना कि जैसे कि यूएसए में काइंड ऑफ अभी डिवीजन काफी ज्यादा हो चुका है, तो वैसा
Hmm.
पोलराइज सोसाइटी हमारे यहाँ पे भी हो सकती है ना। जैसे जो वोक है वो तो बोल रहे हैं कि जो जेंडर जेंडर मतलब जेंडर चेंज करने वाला ऑपरेशन बिना पेरेंट्स के कंसेंट के 10-12 साल में ही करवा लो, और राइट तो अलग ही है।
नहीं,
वो
ऐसा
तो
कोई नहीं
बोलते हैं कि
बोल रहा।
अबॉर्शन ही नहीं
नहीं,
करना।
ऐसा ऐसा कोई नहीं बोल रहा। बिना पेरेंट्स के कंसेंट के ऑपरेशन कराने के बाद कोई कर रहा है, ये कहाँ पे लिखा है? कहाँ इसका सोर्स क्या है न्यूज़ का?
मैंने कुछ कुछ कमेंट्रीज देखी मैंने ऐसे, तो ऐसे तो
किससे?
बोल तो
कहाँ
रहे हैं
से?
कि यूएस में
कहाँ से?
मतलब मोस्टली राइट राइट से सुनी है मैंने।
सो ये बकवास है, इस पे विश्वास मत करो। जो जिनको तुम वोक कह रहे हो, एक तो वोक वर्ड काफ़ी मतलब डोंट यूज़ इट दैट वे। लोग ये कह रहे हैं कि जिन लोगों को जेंडर अफर्मिंग केयर की ज़रूरत है, उनको वो मिलनी
हम्म,
चाहिए क्योंकि ये हेल्थ केयर के अंडर में आता है। इस केयर के बगैर ट्रांससेक्सुअल लोगों में सुसाइड का पॉसिबिलिटी 37% तक हो सकता है, और
हम्म,
सुसाइड वैसे भी काफ़ी कॉमन है यंग लोगों में, और ट्रांस लोगों में इसके चांसेस काफ़ी ज़्यादा हैं अगर ये केयर ना मिले तो। इसीलिए कहा जाता है कि इसको वाइडली अवेलेबल कराया जाना चाहिए। राइट विंगर्स इसको बहुत ही ट्विस्टेड वे में नरेट करते हैं, उनके कमेंट्रीज मत देखो। ट्रांस लोगों के यूट्यूब चैनल्स देखो, उनके उनके अगर किसी के बारे में समझना चाहते हो तो उनके खुद के ओपिनियंस को
हम्म,
समझो, ना कि उनके बारे में उनके दुश्मन क्या कह रहे हैं उसको देखो।
ओके ओके।
हुँ,
अनदर थिंग आई वांट टॉक अबाउट है कि कोलिजियम सिस्टम जो है, मतलब जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट का है, तो
हुँ,
काइंड ऑफ मतलब जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट वर्सेस गवर्नमेंट हो रही थी, तो आई
हुँ।
वाज लाइक कि दोनों ही काइंड ऑफ गलत ही है, मतलब इस केस में कॉज मतलब
I would
जुडिशरी
tend
पे
to
कोई
agree.
चेक नहीं
I
है।
would I would tend to agree. There is no easy answer there right now at least. इस समय कम से कम उसका कोई आसान सा उत्तर नहीं है। हाँ,
लाइक बोथ आर रॉन्ग इन बोथ केसेस, कि मतलब कोलिजियम है कि खुद ही चुन रहे हैं काइंड ऑफ, मतलब जो फैमिलीज है, कुछ फैमिलीज ही हैं कि एक दूसरे को चुन रही है, एंड देन दे आर बिकमिंग चीफ जस्टिस, एंड
हुँ,
हियर गवर्नमेंट वांट टोटल कंट्रोल ऑफ द जुडिशरी। तो काइंड ऑफ
हुँ।
व्हाट कुड बी द सॉल्यूशन इन योर व्यू पॉइंट?
नाउ आई थिंक उसका ये तुमको किसी वकील से पूछना चाहिए, एंड आई एम नॉट अ लीगल एक्सपर्ट, बट आई अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट यू आर सेइंग। आई थिंक द कॉलेजियम सिस्टम इज़ something that needs to go, but there is not a clear answer to it right now because the government getting control of the legal system is also a terrible idea.
या या
Yeah.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू।
Is that it? Thank you, Kay. Thank you.
या
Bye bye. That was K. Wait, why is this still here? Let's K के पिक्चर में J. Okay. Let me take a look at a few comments before I proceed. Wait. Um, Kevin Benjamin says, I came across your channel by accident while going through stuff about Star Trek. The Indian perspective was refreshing. Admirer since then, watching most videos. Congratulations on 3 years. Thank you, Kevin. But you're talking about the other channel, which is now closer to 4 years, I think. This channel is 3 years old, that channel is 4 years old. But yeah, thank you for joining here also. Uh, Murli says, right-wingers started defending BJP on incident about a BJP worker urinating on a scheduled tribe man. They give reasons as the following. One, the BJP government immediately took action on it by firing the worker from his job and arresting him. Many right-wingers and BJP people don't like that worker's action. Even the CM told it is wrong. That's why we should be fired. He should be fired and arrested. He personally met him, touched his feet. All good things. But a lot of it is theater, and it is very clear that it is theater. The behavior, like, I think the whole picture is that this guy did this some time ago. Not the video didn't release that day. His family says that his friends recorded him doing it and threatened to release it in public and started blackmailing him. And now that elections were near, they released it. Now, sure, all this may be true. None of it takes away the fact that he did it, right? None of it takes away from the fact that tribal people are insulted routinely by upper caste people in places like this. And none of it takes away from the fact that the whole Charan Dhona, Ganga Jal, Chadakna, Vagera, it's complete nonsense. It's a theater. I am glad it happened. I am glad to see powerful people bend over in front of someone from a marginalized group and do the things that they need to do. And the reason behind that is democracy. If elections did not happen, no powerful person would have a reason to bend over in front of a ट्राइबल मैन हु हैज बीन रॉन्ग्ड इन दिस वे. भक्तों का क्या, वो तो कुछ भी बोलेंगे. थिएटर देख के उनको मजा आता होगा, पर जिनको थोड़ी भी समझ है उनको दिखता है असल में क्या हो रहा है. JSU20 says it's not about Congress. The Hindus want no threat to Ram Mandir in Ayodhya, so they can support the Hindutva at all cost. No, I think it's an oversimplification. The Ram temple issue was hanging in the balance for a number of years. Plenty of Hindus were on the right side of history with respect to it. What these guys have done since 2014 is that they have created a media environment where a certain kind of opinion coming from the Hindu side appears to be the opinion of all Hindus. क्यों समाजवादी पार्टी में हिंदू लोग नहीं है, या टीएमसी में हिंदू लोग नहीं है, या डीएमके में हिंदू लोग नहीं है, या बीजेडी में हिंदू लोग नहीं है? All these political parties are full of Hindus. In fact, most of them are Hindus. If you put them all on a stage, you'll probably find one Muslim guy. It'll be Saduddin Owaisi perhaps, or some members of some parties. But most people who are opposed to the Hindutva project right now are Hindu. And that's just a statistical truth. In a country with as many Hindus as India, most people are going to be Hindu, no matter what the job is being, no matter what the task at hand is. So to say that all Hindus support the Ayodhya issue or something is just, no, it's not. And I hate you for making me say that. This is an atheist channel, by the way. Deependra says, imagine how happy our childhood would have been if the money given to priests would have been given to us kids as pocket money, or maybe the parent would keep it for themselves. Yeah, that's true. I personally don't come from a family where a lot of money was spent on puja part, even though, घर के अंदर puja part होता है. But yeah. Taranga is here. Hi Taranga. Happy birthday to the channel. Thank you, Taranga. Taranga is a supporter of the live stream since Instagram days. One of the oldest members of the community. Not by age, one of the longest standing members of the community. I don't know why age is supposed to be an insult. Bimal says, I can tell it better. They say that why only Hinduism is targeted while it has still gone through reforms, but not Islam. I am not supporting it, but that is their argument. Yeah, and I responded to it. Reforming a religion is not targeting it. The people who say that reforms are targeting are anti-reform. Everyone who's waiting in the call, if you have not already done so, please go into the private chat section and tell me what your topic is. What do you want to talk about? Let me get to the next caller who is... Wait. Zen says, my friend says he's an agnostic atheist and don't believe in supernatural, but also says I'm Kattar Hindu and prays to God. Why you think this happens? उसको उसको therapy दिलाओ यार. If he says he's an atheist, why does he pray to God? What is this? This is like saying I'm a giraffe and I can only breathe underwater. हिंदुओं के अजीब अजीब चोचले होते हैं. Let's take. Wait, who's this? Okay. People, if you don't have a topic, is it okay if I take you next week? You can just remove yourself from the queue because there are a lot of people and I don't want to just randomly chat. I want to talk about something. Let's take. Let's take Amazon. Hi, Amazon. क्या चल रहा है?
Hey, damn. Okay, you brought me up first. Okay, nice. First of all, congratulations on, your channel being. I actually came across your channel because somebody, one of my friends, actually linked me a video
Mhm.
about
Okay.
your, take on caste and all that.
Okay.
Despite how I speak, I am from here. I'm from India. I live here, so yeah,
Mhm.
it is because
I can tell. I can tell.
yeah.
I can tell.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but because some of the people think I'm LARPing and all that. So
Okay.
I came across a video of you talking about uh caste, like if you believe in caste, you basically like, yeah, if you like accept your caste, like if you're like a Brahmin and all that, you basically believe that in caste system you basically sort of like sort of promoting that system of oppression. Why do you
Hmm.
think that is the case? Why can't somebody just believe in their caste and just like adopt the good aspects of it while sort of omitting the bad ones? Why do you think that is the case?
What is a Brahmin?
Priest. Yeah,
No. If I asked you, what is the definition of a Brahmin? What would you say?
I would say
Because
like,
not all Brahmins take up priesthood as a profession, right? What is the
yeah,
definition of a Brahmin?
I would say an upper caste person, like an upper caste Hindu, I would say.
Yeah. So there itself, there is an affirmation of an upper caste identity, right? Some kind of superiority.
It is true, but
Yeah.
to some extent, don't you think like when people talk about their caste from day to day everyday life, they don't mean that. They don't say they are from upper caste. They just state their caste and they don't like believe in that. They just want to like keep the good aspects while sort of like staying away from the bad things. So if a
What is
person
the
comes
good aspect of a Brahmin?
like, no, I'm not saying about Brahmins, like say for the Kshatriyas,
Sure. What is the
like
good aspect of a Kshatriya?
they fought the wars and fought the Mughals and defended the country, though they
Everyone
were
fought everyone fought in the freedom struggle. It was not
yeah,
only
but
Kshatriyas, right?
like you know what I'm
See,
trying to say.
here's what I'm seeing. There is a soft storytelling version definition of these words, which is hammered into children from a young age. If you are from a Brahmin family or a Kshatriya family, you're told that you belong to the race of warriors or you belong to the race of knowledgeable people or something.
Mm,
But at the end of the day, in real terms, in the real world, there is only one thing that defines these things, and that is that these are assertions of supremacy.
yeah.
Yeah. So even if someone does not think that they're superior, they identifying with a category that is an assertion of superiority is problematic, don't you think?
It is true, but don't you think so when the people of the so-called lower caste, or from OBC, SC, ST, when they talk
Hmm.
about their caste, don't you think when they tell their children, they actually sort of like uh, you know embellish or whatever, they talk about
Reinforce
their,
the caste system.
yeah,
Who
they,
reinforces the caste system more? When a Brahmin says I'm a Brahmin, they reinforce it more, or Dalit says they're Dalit, they reinforce it more. Who does it more?
I would say it depends on the environment you live in, because not
No, it
all.
doesn't, because as far as the caste system is concerned, the environment is always the same. The Brahmin is the superior assertion. The Dalit is the assertion of inferiority.
Okay, I don't think
Not
so.
not that the Dalit is saying that I am inferior when they say Dalit. The Dalit is trying to assert that they have been wronged, while the
I'm,
Brahmin
I'm
is
not
saying that I am superior.
I'm not specifically talking about the Dalits, because the thing is, it's not just the, like there is a large, section of, large major, number of castes that come under OBC,
Got it,
like,
got it. Hmm.
yeah. So when I personally live in a state where OBC, the area I live around, is, like they are actually the, sort of like they are, the rich people. And I was actually, I would say, not discriminated against, but was kind of, like gotten that treatment that
Mhm.
the many of, the lower caste people will get, but not because of my caste, because of what the state where my parents belong to. Because
Acha.
I live, I am from the, surprise, upper caste Hindu. So that's the treatment I got. Like for one time, I actually visited a friend's house, and the mother actually gave me water in like a disposable plastic cup,
Hmm.
and then she threw it while everybody had like glass cups and all. Like that's a, sort of like treatment I got. So the thing
I've
is,
never heard of this happening, but
yeah,
okay, it's your
I live
personal.
in,
I believe you, but I don't think this represents the lived experience of many people, right?
yeah, but
Does this
so yeah,
widely? It doesn't
I,
happen widely.
I have nothing against Hindus, SC and ST people, but don't you think like the section called OBC has
Hmm.
many sort of like privileges, which many castes in that section have privileges, which they should not
What
have.
kind
Like
of privileges? What
like
kind of
for
privileges?
for example, in UP, Jats,
Hmm.
if you know, they have
You're talking about the landed zamindar castes, right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
So
I'm
yeah,
talking about.
there are power structures within power structures, right? There is the caste-based power structure that we were talking about just now, but within the so-called lower caste, there are landed people and people who are landless. So that is also there, and the problem here is that it is a distributed discrimination system. It's not like uh, the blue group is superior to the red group and the blue group has oppressed the red group forever. The blue group has also created subcategories within the red category, the red group, and told them that you can oppress that person and you can oppress that person. That's what makes it more complicated, and the source of the oppression is always the top. Saying, like some people, I said some time ago, saying that OBCs are responsible for casteism is like saying Mogambo's henchmen do more violence than Mogambo does.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is true to some extent. So I would like to move on to my next question, but first, let me ask you this. Why do you
Hmm.
think like reservation based on, like income or financial conditions would would be bad if the majority of the, people that actually belong to like, like the lower income household, or those people would be, like lower caste people. So wouldn't it be, like a better,
We already have such schemes, right? We already have schemes that are about economic upliftment. We already have schemes which are designed to help people who don't have money. The caste based reservation system is not about economic conditions, it is about social upliftment.
yeah. So moving on
I'm
to
not
the
saying
next.
helping poor people is a bad thing. I'm saying we already have schemes for that. This
Yeah.
one is not for that.
Okay. So moving on to the next question, since you are tight on your time, I would like to ask you, why do you think, first, I have seen some clips of you talking about, I have heard your political opinions, and you don't seem very fond of BJP, I
Yeah,
assume. So
yeah.
why do you think like BJP has done a bad job, while because where I live in, the conditions, actually the things that matter have drastically improved, from the Congress government to what it is now. Like like
Which
the
state is
electricity,
this?
it is Haryana.
Okay.
Yeah. So the
Do you think
electric,
that communal harmony matters?
I think communal harmony matters. I think it matters.
Do you think the BJP's record on communal harmony has been good?
Uh, I it is like it is it is like not the statement I can make like, okay, it is good. I mean, there are some states which, it is fine, and there are some reasons where it is, like more sort of like civil disrupt there. But I wouldn't like outright say like BJP is doing a bad job at communal harmony, because I think I came across, okay, you don't like beer biceps, right? I
Yeah.
assume too. Yeah.
Mhm.
So with his, there's this, I'm forgetting the name of the guy. This,
Piyush Goyal? Hello? Amazon? I can't hear you. Just when this was getting interesting. I'll remove Amazon and I will come back to Amazon when Amazon comes back. Like I'm not removing him from the studio. I'm just pulling him off the screen. Let's see. There is okay. Thank you, people who did not have a topic for leaving and making space for other people. There is Pain 5203. Hi, Pain. Pain. Pain apparently is also not here. Pain is muted for some reason. I think they may be away from their machine. Let's see who else is there. Harkamal Singh, are you still here? No, Harkamal left. Okay, let's take Bhaskar. I don't know what the topic is. I don't think they've told us. Hi, Bhaskar.
Hey Vimoh, hi Vimoh. First of all, congratulations for your third anniversary of your YouTube channel.
Thank you, Bhaskar. Your topic is spirituality overrated?
Yes.
Go on.
Okay. So personally, if I share my experience with the people who have hang out till now recently, so many people claims that you can be spiritual without being a religious person, whereas on the other side, there are the religious people who claims that you cannot be spiritual without being religious. So recently, a few weeks ago, I used to listen to this gentleman in the YouTube. His name is Kunal Ki Rai. So he also gave us same opinion just like you in the YouTube. So he always told about the spirituality about it. So I don't know if I'm right or wrong over here. Correct me if I'm wrong. But according to me, what I've observed is spirituality means who are you? I'm like, what do you think? What are your consciousness? Like, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And whatever you do, are you really aware of it? And why you couldn't able to implement it? So I think spirituality for me is this, according to it. But many people have come up with several theories. No, this is spirituality. Spirituality is consciousness. Spirituality, it means connection between human being and a god. So no one has this exact definition, even though the Sam Harris himself raised this issue many times, and he said that you can be a spiritual without being religious. Let's promote this one. And he has also been backlashed many times only because of these reasons. So Vimoh, I just want to ask you, like, before opening this channel as an atheist, so you were being spiritual. So what was your personal experience when you were practicing spirituality, when you're religious, and you were practicing spirituality not being religious? So what have you observed till now in your journey?
So first of all, there is a longer video about this on my main channel, where my journey into atheism, on the live stream tab. If you go, you can watch it. It's 1 hour long. When I called myself spiritual, frankly, now that I look back at it, my feeling is that I didn't know what the duck I was talking about, because it was a very vague space where I felt like there is something higher beyond me, but I didn't want to talk about, I didn't want to give it a name or a shape or a religious identity. So I just said I was a theist. Basically, I believed that there is something higher or a god, and I was hesitant to let go of the idea, perhaps for reasons that have to do with emotional reasons. But yeah, I don't know what I meant when I said I was spiritual, except that I have a vague feeling that there is something beyond this reality. But I have since realized that that vague feeling is probably just imagination, and there is nothing wrong with it. We all imagine things in our everyday life, and we all like to think that there is something more. There is no reason to think that what we think has tangible real existence out there somewhere, when there is no physical evidence to support that idea.
Yes. So whenever you were just commenting, I just remind me of those days where I also used to practice this same thing as you did. So basically, I used to listen to Sadhguru a lot before, like 1-2 years back. He always used to say that close your eyes and feel the presence of God, and you feel the positive energy, and that is the spirituality.
Yeah. What he meant by that was close your eyes and imagine something and then believe that that imaginary thing is real.
Yeah, actually, he used to say, okay, you have felt Lord Shiva, you have felt Lord Krishna, you have felt Allah, you have felt God, whatever the religious supreme creature you want to believe. So I think that now religious people have came up with a new idea that in the older days when science and all these technologies were not existed at that time. So when human beings were evolved, religion existed at that time, and people used to think that what something fishy is happening in the clouds. Rain is coming, thunderstorm is happening. They used to think that something is there who is controlling everything, and that is God.
Hmm.
People used to
Hmm.
worship that, and people never imagined at that time that we will ever able to reach in the moon, able to come out of the earth and explore what is there around our own planet. So
Hmm.
as soon as when science started evolving, and science has evolved so much that we are planning for settling in the Mars, as it has been claimed by Elon Musk.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
now this religious people have came with a new idea that okay, what we can do, God is consciousness, God is energy, energy is God, and God
Hmm.
is beyond time.
Hmm.
And just imagine if that same science able to discover the consciousness, they will say
Hmm.
no, no, now it is beyond time, and beyond
Yeah.
time, now what's next?
Yeah.
So
It's
they
called
don't
God of
have
the
any answer.
Gaps. It's called
Exactly.
God of the Gaps, whereby the idea of God is kept alive by pointing at any gap in our understanding and claiming that that's where God is. And it changes. Like you can totally imagine, right? A few thousand years ago, there might be a mountain somewhere, but somebody said God is on top of that mountain, and you will say there is no evidence to suggest that God is on top of that mountain, and he'll say, "Have you gone there?" And you will say, "No, I haven't," and say, "See, God is in that mountain." Eventually, people go to that mountain, and there is no God to be found there. So they say, "No, God is on top of that mountain." Eventually aircrafts come along and we know that every mountain top ke upar god nahi hai. So he says, no, God is on top of the moon. So it keeps going. There is never going
Mhm.
to be a time when our understanding of everything is absolutely complete. So people will just keep pointing at gaps in our understanding and saying that that's where God is.
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you just said about like a person who couldn't able to climb on the mountain, really, at one name of the mountain which click on the mind is Mount Kailash.
Hmm.
I think you have heard about a lot of incidents where several mountaineers came from USSR at the time, Russia,
Yeah.
many people from
Hmm.
Germany, from some other places. They tried
Hmm.
to climb on that Mount Kailash, then they couldn't able to climb that much.
Hmm.
Some people claim that whenever we were climbing on that range, now what we have observed that some strange voices, and they were lost it. And some
Hmm.
people who climbed on that Mount Kailash, when they come back, they started observing their nails were grown, their hair and beards were grown, and they started aging. I, I don't personally think that that is true, but many people came with this idea. Now no one can travel through it. Uh, if any plane goes through that Mount Kailash, then train will going to crash. Like several people have claimed these theories about Mount Kailash, and people came to the conclusion that Lord Shiva sits there.
Hmm.
So I think like science has to investigate in this matter. I think in upcoming generation, upcoming several centuries later, if science discovered, just imagine science discovered that in Mount Kailash there is nothing such thing like exist like that, then
I don't think
what
we need to
people did.
listen.
Yeah.
Suppose there's a mountain and some people try to climb it and they could not climb it. Why is that proof of God? If
Mhm.
someone tries to climb a mountain and they could not climb it, all I know really is that they could not climb it. How does that automatically lead to the conclusion of God or something supernatural there? Some mountains are hard to climb, sure. There are mountains that are easy to climb because they offer a lot of perches, and there are some mountains which are hard to climb. So what? How is that proof of the other thing? That's a big jump, isn't it? I could not climb a mountain, therefore supernatural reality. How does that follow?
I don't know. Like no one able to buy this idea, and this. I used to follow this beer buses a lot. He used to sell a lot of misconceptions about it, and it
Yeah,
really,
it does.
yeah, it really blows up my mind. And I used to think about my faith. Like Is that really true? And because of this misconception, this fake conspiracies, people start doubting about it, and they realize that it might God might be there over. So let's believe Lord Shiva is there. Now I'm religious.
Yeah, so there is no reason to think so, right? I think, listen, we can debunk beer biceps till the buffaloes, the cows, the rabbits, and the dinosaurs come home, but it will not bear any fruit because even if beer biceps stop doing what he does, there will be 50 other people who are waiting to be the next beer biceps. A much simpler method is to just apply critical thinking to the claim itself. You climbed up a mountain and you could not. How does that automatically prove God? It doesn't, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
That's all you need. That's all you need. And by the way, that hearing voices and seeing things, if you're climbing a mountain and you're at a high altitude where oxygen deprivation is happening, your brain will start giving you hallucinations, auditory as well as visual. And it probably is not helped by the fact that there's a lot of snow and mist there, I suppose. I have never climbed a mountain, so I don't know. But it is possible to see things when your brain is oxygen deprived, right? Through you're
yeah.
looking through really thick glasses, you're at a high temperature, you're freezing your ass off, your brain is imagining things, maybe you're afraid. These things happen. These are not, what is a simpler explanation for the sounds that someone hears? That your brain is playing tricks on you in a highly hostile environment, or that God is there?
Yeah, it might be God is playing with your brain. That might
It
be
might
also
be
yeah.
that God, it might be that you're imagining things, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all it takes. Apply critical thinking, and no beer biceps is going to ruin your day or anything.
yeah, absolutely. I wish that this several misconceptions would have been debunked, but unfortunately, no one has interest to exactly find out what is the exact reason. If I talk to any religious person will always give me the same answer: Lord Shiva is there.
You
That
should
is the
ask them
problem.
how do you should ask them how do they know? If they
They
give
will
you
say,
all these reasons,
they will say that okay, oh, close your eyes, uh, take a breathe in, breathe out, and feel the positive energy. Lord Shiva is there.
so
That
you
is
do
there.
that. You close your eyes, you breathe, and then tell them I saw Batman.
Yeah, that was a good one.
ठीक है
That's good.
Bhaskar. Can I move on to the next caller?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Thank you Bhaskar. Thank you for joining.
Well,
Oh shit, बीच में काट दिया. Sorry Bhaskar. Before proceeding, let me just thank Ajay Kedar for the 200 rupee super sticker. Any reform for any community should come from within the members of the community, else it would look like bigotry. Yeah, that is true. And if the caste system is to be thought of as a problem, it is the upper caste world's problem, not the problem of the Dalits who are at the receiving end of it. But thank you for the super sticker, Ajay. Amit, thank you for the $5. Amit says, happy birthday, Vimoh. Give us Indian skeptics some words of, अरे काय का words of wisdom, sir. Thank you for the support. पूरा live stream में words of wisdom है, apparently. That is why you pay every episode. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Right, I have, let me just go and remove the live stream joining wala link. I have a few people, after which I will not take any callers because it might get too long and I can't remove. Got it. ये link remove हो गया. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people now. Let's see if we can go through them quickly in the next half an hour. 1.5 hours हो जाएगा. Before that, let me just quickly go through some chats. Rahul says Lord Shiva has joined Communist Party of China. Aridev says my question is that if not religion, then what? In sense that we humans need something which we all believe and also keeps us moral. You don't need religion to be moral. You can be moral without religion, and it is. I don't think it is true to say that we all need something to believe. People believe all sorts of stuff. Some people go their entire life without religion simply because they have a belief that food is, worth devoting their life to. It does not have to be a supernatural entity who you imagine has control over your life. Fuad, no, it's not my birthday. It's this channel is turning 3 years old today. Thank you for asking and thank you for being here. Spurious Scapula says, Vimoh, Baba, what do you think about dimensions? I am going to assume this was a joke comment. Right. So let me take on the next person who is. किसका नहीं आया था? हाँ. Amazon. Hi, Amazon.
Hey, I'm back
Yeah,
again, guys.
you got cut off.
Yeah,
Go on.
apparently
जहाँ पे खत्म
the
किया था वहीं
BJ
पे शुरू करो.
yeah, apparently the BJP don't want me to, talk good about them. But yeah, I was asking, why do you like the things, the issues that matter to people are being taken care of, that on the ground level, the electricity, the roads, the education, not the education that much, but basically some financial support, some things in the city, if not all, are being done, and
So
that's what people are saying.
we already went through this point, and I think you were at some other point. I had asked you, do you think communal harmony matters? Do you
Yeah,
think hate
yeah,
speeches should be given? And you were kind of like we moved away from that topic. Do you want
yeah.
to go
So
back to it?
yeah, we can go back to.
Okay.
So
So yeah, do you think the BJP's record is extraordinary in terms of communal harmony? Like they act against people who give hate speeches and try to divide society.
I will not lie, like they don't pass with flying colors, but from what I've seen, like in my state, it is like the communal harmony is not like, like all the, religious people are not giddy giddy with each other. Neither are they, sort of uh like in opposition to each other.
Listen,
So I can't like,
I'm not saying ki if your state has been helped by the BJP, you should not vote for it. You're the
yeah.
person who lives there. If you think your state has been helped by it, go
Mhm.
right ahead and vote for whichever party suits you best. But my question
Yeah.
is, I don't think this is a matter of subjective opinion that the BJP has been very communal in its approach to policy making and approach to the hijacking of institutions and actions against scholars and dissenting voices, etc. This is
Uh,
public
uh,
knowledge.
are you saying like BJP has been like communal against like people of like Muslims? That's what you're trying to say, right?
Are you saying it has not been?
No, I'm saying like it has been, but don't you think like BJP is at fault? I'm like saying, yeah, like it is, their fault. Like they have not been, nice towards this minority. But you have to also like realize the minority, the Muslims, they don't have like any good speakers. Then their representation, the people who represent them, have not been, like that good, except for.
Has the BJP government in your state helped the minorities find representation?
No, but like if you think like somebody is something's like you're being repressed in society, if you're like section of society, if your people are being repressed, isn't it like your responsibility to come out and actually come out and actually speak for it, be more articulate with it, with your words, get education on it, and then sort of like step up to the platform and talk about these issues. So like Hindus do that. Hindus have, I would say, a
Amazon,
good representation.
Hindus have cultural power and political power. That is why they are able to do it. When you are from a community which is being actively repressed and prevented from doing the things that you say they should do, then you can't hold the people responsible, right? Let me give you an example. If I take you back to pre-independence times and I say that the British are oppressing Indians, and you say, yeah, but the Indians should also come out and say their side of things, right? They're not doing it.
It is true, but don't you think that like we were clearly oppressed, in British rule? It was not
Yeah.
like, oh, there was some gray area. It is like
And
a
here
democracy.
today, it is also true that Muslims are clearly oppressed. It
Uh,
is like
I,
I think you need to like. Do you watch news regularly?
I watch news regularly. Yes, I do.
On what sources of news are you consuming?
I basically like Deshbhakt sometime. Yeah, Deshbhakt. I mean, I mostly watch left-wing media. It's just that there are many points of,
And you watch
concern.
left-wing media, and you still have doubts about whether the BJP is communal.
It's not like, okay, I agree to what you're saying. Like BJP has been, like representing Muslims in a bad light. I've talked to, like Muslim fundamentalists, from from like Egypt and all that. I've talked to
Hmm.
these people. Those guys are like more Muslims than Indian Muslims. There is clearly a thing called Indian Islam,
I don't care about
which,
Saudi Arabia. I care
yeah,
about the government of India, which is
yeah.
democratically elected, and the policies and the behaviors it is doing in India against people of India who happen to be not Hindu.
Yeah, it is true, but there are many times when I'm bombarded with news like, like a person, like the Muslim guy killing a woman he married and then like
And the
cutting it,
solution
like,
to that is taking that person and putting him in jail after
yeah,
he
it is,
goes through a trial, right? I'm talking
yeah,
about the cultural pushback against this general anti-Muslim statement sentiment. Uh, Ministers are giving speeches before elections ki we don't need votes of Muslims, or that they should be killed or thrown out of India, or that we are going to bring a new refugee law which is going to apply to every minority community except Muslims. We are going to like even more. I There are things that have been said by these people that if I say on this channel right now, my channel will get demonetized. I'm sure you have heard all these things.
yes, I've
Yeah.
heard all these things,
Then
but
why
the
is
but the
it that
thing,
after hearing all of those things, it still appears to you as if it's not a big problem?
I would say it is a big problem, but the thing is like the majority don't care. That's a problem, because if you go ask like a regular Joe about this, I don't think like he he actually will care about these things. He will
Is this
like
regular Joe Hindu or Muslim?
the regular Joe is like Hindu, because it's the majority. That's why
Yeah.
I'm saying like the majority
That's what I'm
doesn't
saying.
care.
It is very easy for you and I, and that hypothetical regular Joe, to be oblivious to the problems that are being faced by the minorities of this country. It does not affect our life in any way, but it is still a terrible thing that is happening and should be opposed.
I mean, I agree, but don't you think like at some points you have to concede when you see like no changes, like nothing is happening in that regards. Like there has been like people are getting more and more radical. Don't you think at some point you should be like, okay, I accept it. I'll bring it up if we get a better voice, if we get a better opportunity. For now,
I
we'll
don't
move
know
on
what you
from
mean
this.
by that.
Like for
What radicalism and what voice?
like like how like BJP has been portraying like the whole Islam as like like this sort of like bad anti sort of like social religion and all that, like their god this, their prophet married this like kid and all
Hmm,
that.
hmm,
So
hmm.
don't you think at some point you should be like, okay, yeah, we will accept it and we'll talk about it later when we
No,
actually
why? Why? Someone is engaging in blatant hate mongering, and I will say, yeah, I'll accept it. I'll talk about it later. Why?
because you can't like change them right now. That's a thing, like like I would say like
You're
today.
advocating. So let me understand this. You're advocating giving up.
Yeah, I wouldn't say giving up. I'm saying like postponing it.
No, I'm not going to postpone it.
I mean, you shouldn't, but don't you think like if all these contentious ideas are being sort of like exchanged for
I what I'm
between
not
both of them,
understanding
someone has
Amazon is what I'm not understanding is that you appear to agree that communalism is bad. You
yeah.
appear to agree that the BJP is doing it, but you're saying, yeah, just let it happen.
No,
It's
no,
okay. Let it happen because it's happening to those people and not me.
no.
That's
I'm
what
I'm
it
not
sounds
saying.
like. If I'm wrong, let me know.
Yeah, I'm not saying like to let it happen. If it happens to an extreme degree where, like lives are being taken and all, like, yeah, you should speak up on that. But if it is just, like, like deliberate poking to rile you up, all these things to just to make you, like, I wouldn't say insult you, but just to make fun of you and all that, I think you should just let it go and like, talk about the issues that actually you can change, like change that
What are
are,
you talking about? Who's poking whom?
like, uh I've seen many sort of like right-wing commentators who actually sort of like poke Muslims on like them like
Okay, that,
marrying.
yeah. So here's the
Yeah, that.
thing. It doesn't end with the poking, does it? If someone gives a speech saying ki, you know, they're slaughtering cows, we should kill them, and then there's
Oh
a
no.
mob violence happens against someone simply because he's Muslim, not even because there is any evidence that he was actually doing the thing that these guys don't like. These
Yeah.
words have terrible consequences for people. You don't have to face those consequences because of your religious privilege and your caste privilege. I don't have to face it either because of my religious and caste privilege. But that should not make us think that these problems are less important, because when someone gives a hate speech, that sentiment is circulated and it percolates down to the lowest level of the country, where poor people are killing each other in the name of religion. And the people who are benefiting from this are people in power. So, no, I don't think that you should or anyone should think of these problems as secondary or tertiary and just let them happen because they're not affecting us. That's a very apathetic look at culture or, contemporary India, and it is not going to be good for anyone.
Yes, but what is the alternative to that? Don't you
The
think like
alternative is raising your voice and holding the government accountable for the bad behavior that it is enabling.
yeah, it is true, but the guy, who was the guy that actually got imprisoned, the Muslim guy, for like he's been in prison for 1,000 days without any trial.
Umar Khalid.
Yeah, Umar Khalid. So don't you
Hmm.
think like that, like people have been like asking for his release, for the due process for like him to be released. That's what people have been asking for, and
Hmm.
everyone knows like the detainment was wrongfully done.
Yeah.
What has been done in that regards? Don't you think like at this point people are just shouting for the sake of like getting
I
it
don't
off their
understand what
chest?
your position on Omar Khalid is. You agree that
It's
he
I
was
like that
wrongfully
guy. Yeah.
detained? Yeah, you
Yes.
agree that it was you say he was a good person. He has been
Yeah. Yeah.
wrongfully detained. So what is your position?
My position is that there are some issues which no matter in today's time, or at least now, no matter how much you shout about it, no matter how much you sort of like raise your voice, they're not going to be sort of like done. It's better to move on to something that you can actually change, like
Will you say this to Omar Khalid's family?
uh, no, because it is there. I wouldn't say that to his family because it is there, sort of
Would
like
you say this to any Muslim at all? Listen, I know this. He was a good person and he has been wrongfully convicted, but just let it go. Move on. Will you say that?
I will say that to some people. I'm not gonna lie, but
I don't
not
think
not
you
to.
should because it makes you appear really, really insensitive.
Yes, that is true. But at the end of the day, you can't really do anything about it. Those guys are not gonna release that
So
man because
I was right when you say that you are advocating giving up. The enemy is too powerful. We should just lie low and not do anything. That's what you're saying.
you might be right about it. Yes,
Yeah.
maybe
So that
maybe
is not something that I think anyone should do.
yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah,
But let
that's
me
fine.
move on to the next caller. Amazon. Is okay?
Yeah, it was
Is
nice
that
talking
okay?
to you. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was nice talking to you.
Chalo. Bye bye.
Yeah.
That was Amazon. Another reason why Jeff Bezos is not someone I like, but no, this person had nothing to do with Jeff Bezos. Uh, there are okay. Pain is back. Hi, Pain. Pain.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. What's
Yeah.
up?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
Yeah. So one question can I ask you?
Yes, that's the whole
Are
point.
you sponsored by StreamYard or like do you like it?
I like StreamYard a lot, but I'm using the free version of StreamYard today. I was using the paid version of StreamYard for a long time, but uska kya pata hai? I was paying like more than I was paying close to 2,000 rupees every month for StreamYard, and 90% of the features that it buys me, I was not using. The only thing I don't like about free StreamYard is that logo, but I can't remove it. And I figured it doesn't matter anyway because it's okay. All I need is one person on the screen with me to talk with, and I have all the hardware. So I just let go of the premium subscription, and now the logo will be here. On Saturdays, the logo will be here. On Wednesdays, I'm using Streamlabs.
Yeah. Actually, the watermark like it displays as if you are sponsored by them. So
I wouldn't mind, by the way, if StreamYard gave me access to the paid version. I would happily put sponsored by StreamYard in on top of my thing. But I don't think they would be doing that. So yeah,
yeah. So the topic I wanted to talk about is like casteism in my family.
okay, go on.
Yeah. So basically, I'm from an upper caste family,
Hmm.
and basically my family is not in favor of reservation,
Hmm.
and like I have mixed feelings about it. So
Okay.
a common point they bring up is uh, basically in some educational institutions, some are owned by Brahmins and others
Hmm.
are owned by other castes.
Hmm.
So the ones which are owned by upper castes, so they promote others who are Brahmins. So basically, if we come to them and say that we are Brahmins, so they will give preference to us. And uh, opposing them are some other institutions which give preference to other castes, so
Hmm.
basically their own castes. So
Hmm.
they say that this is time for us to unite and then like support each other, just as the others are supporting their own castes.
Okay. I think you should agree with them. I think you should say that I think it is time for us to unite and support each other as Indians, not as people belonging to a certain caste. And
Yeah.
then see their reaction. If they say no, we should not unite as Indians, then they're clearly, not really talking about unity, are they?
Yeah, that's true, and I disagree with them quite a lot. So
Hmm.
one point they bring up a lot is that, for example, you have doctors, right? So
Hmm.
they look at their surnames, and if they come from reserve background,
Hmm.
then they say that they are from reserve background, so they don't have quote unquote merit. So
Hmm.
this actually in fact, by doing this, this actually creates a divide between like for them, this creates a divide for between doctors and reserve, like doctors who came from reservation. So they, what they assume is that these doctors are not that qualified, and
Hmm.
because it is a fact, right, that they did not need to score as much as the other caste did. So I also feel that they like speaking, in fact, they don't have that much merit, if I may say that. So
नो
like,
आई सी तुम लोग हमारा जो मेरिट वाला आइडिया है ना इट इज़ रॉन्ग ऑन एटलीस्ट टू काउंट्स आई टेल यू व्हाई अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु कॉल themselves meritorious upper caste students etc what they are actually doing is that they are equating whatever condition they are in culturally as meritorious by default. They don't have to prove their merit. So you will find doctors and engineers sending you superstitious WhatsApp forwards. You've seen that, right? You've seen so many people like this Ranveer Alabadia guy who peddles superstition on his channel. Where is the merit here? Our education system is a shitty one. It produces bad products all throughout the year. Many of them are upper caste, many of them are not upper caste. But the caste making someone more meritorious is just a nonsense argument because you also have to take into account where someone starts. One student is coming from a family where the parents speak English, they have access to computers and internet and a whole lot of resources, and they have family members living abroad etc who can help them out and stuff. Their parents are friends with the college university professors etc. The other student has trouble finding a house to live near the university. Do you think they're both starting from the same point? If
yeah,
one person is starting here and the race is 200 meters ahead of them, the other person is standing 200 meters behind and is not ending where this person is. Like दोनों जब रेस खत्म होती है, one person is at the finish point, the other person is close to the finish point but has not crossed it. But we are not paying attention to the fact that he started way back before the starting point. सो मेरिट के बारे में बात करने से पहले आई थिंक वी शुड कीप इन माइंड दैट नॉट एवरीवन इज ऑन द सेम नॉट एवरीवन इज इन द सेम बस सो टू स्पीक नेक्स्ट माय मेटाफर्स.
yeah, I agree that they haven't started from the same starting point, but like in their minds, it is always like they haven't been meritorious enough. So like, how do I argue with them? Like, how do I make them understand? Is
I
my point.
you can tell them what I just told you. You told them this. You told them
Yeah,
about
but
the different starting points etc. What did they say?
yeah. They, I guess they say that no, there are already there are educational institutes which already offer them reservations, so that is enough for them. And they say that like the example I gave before, that some educational institutions are run by people of some other caste, so they don't give preference to upper caste people, so automatically they get a boost there.
Yeah, but like there is differences between educational institutions. I don't even know what kind of differential preferential treatment they are talking about. B, if you look at IITs and IIMs, we frequently hear them about being dominated by upper caste people, and those are premier institutions of the nation. So just because there are institutions which may have been created with the special purpose of prioritizing people from backward castes, doesn't mean that other people, other places don't have to. I mean, caste-based reservation is mentioned in the Constitution of India. It is not something people can uh, practice if they choose, right? It is one of our duties to aspire to a more equal society as far as caste, religion, creed, etc. is concerned. The merit argument is complete nonsense. And if you want to respond to your parents' arguments about उनका अलग यूनिवर्सिटी हमारा अलग यूनिवर्सिटी है, नो इट डजंट वर्क दैट वे. हर यूनिवर्सिटी में होना चाहिए. अगर कोई बैकवर्ड कास्ट स्टूडेंट अप्लाई करना चाहता है और पढ़ना चाहता है एक ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूशन में जहाँ पे अपर कास्ट लोग पढ़ते हैं, ही हैज़ एवरी राइट टू डू सो. Who are we to say नहीं तुम लोग वहाँ पे जाके पढ़ो, हम लोग यहाँ पे पढ़ेंगे? Is this not the same as segregation that happened in the US? By the way, that is something you can use as a point in the argument. When they say this, you can don't bring up caste, but say अमेरिका में सेग्रीगेशन होता था. काले लोगों को अलग बस में बैठना पड़ता था, गोरे लोगों को अलग बस में बैठ सकते थे वो लोग, और बस में पीछे वाली सीट पे ये लोग बैठते थे, वो लोग बैठते थे. Are you in support of it? Because they are brown people, they will probably not be in support of it, right? But in a system where they are the privileged category, they are supporting it. So maybe you can use that to drive home the point.
Yeah, true.
Maybe. But is that all, Pain?
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
That was Pain. I mean, that was not a pain, that was Pain. Before I proceed, let me just thank Joy Boy for the 100 rupees super sticker. Thank you, Joy Boy. Happy birthday, he says. Thank you, thank you. You have been here for a long time. Much appreciated. Hold on, यहाँ पे है कुछ. अमन मंडूरकर. उससे पहले 3 लोग हैं. अमन, I'll take you second. Let me first take Peaky Blinders. Hi, Peaky Blinders.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so the topic that I want to talk about is about the constitution of Lok Sabha, the state-wise constitution of Lok Sabha.
Okay.
So, as you may know that the current breakdown of seats, basically each state has a particular number of seats in Lok Sabha, and it is based on the 1971 census.
Peaky
It
Blinders,
has been
I think I don't want to waste your time, but I am not an expert on this.
okay.
If
I'll take
one
only 1
day
minute.
we have on some episodes Meghnad comes, and whenever he's here next, you can bring up this topic and we can talk about it. But I will not be able to help you with this because I am not an expert on this.
Okay, sure. Okay,
Cool. Thank you.
cool.
Like I didn't want to waste his time. Like he would spend 5 minutes asking a question and then I'll be like, I don't know. So that would have been weird. Aman Mandurkar has disappeared. Let's take Otaku Geeks. Hi, Otaku.
Hi, Vimoh.
Hi. Your webcam
can
is
you
not
hear me?
connected. Is that intentional?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Go on.
Okay, Vimoh, like, what's your take on too much rationality?
Too much?
Rationality. When
I
people
don't know
are
what that.
so obsessed,
Huh?
like, when people are started to question everything, like, they're
Like
they're
what?
being like they started to question about the role of marriage. They're like because of too much irrationality, like even they started questioning the systems of government, systems of why we should do the charity thing, why what is the role of parenting, friends, everything like that.
Why is that about rationality again? Because people question these things even without, like, if by rationality you mean the rationalist movement, which is about being anti-superstition, then questioning the role of marriage is not really a rationalist thing, right? It's more a sociological thing.
Well, it can means like how should I say?
What?
Okay, Vimoh, like let's move on to the next question. What's your opinion on French riots?
On what?
French riots. France riots are happening in the France, right?
Apparently some riots are happening and France is in turmoil. But I don't really have a view on it because I've been preoccupied with Manipur. In France, one guy has died. In Manipur,
Yes.
127 people have died. So I'm more concerned
Yes.
with that right now.
Manipur.
Yeah.
I think so that many kinds of people are benefiting from this French riots,
Mm-hmm.
France riots.
Who?
Like
Who?
one is the anxious people of the France.
Anxious people are benefiting from it.
Yes, sir. Like they are
How?
due to what should I say? Like they're looting the shopping malls and everything.
Okay.
And second thing are the extremists on both Muslim side and the Christianity side.
Mm.
Conservatives of the French government are like extremists of Christianity. They started to question. So they are so that what they're saying is we should not allow the immigrants. We are the pure race. Like
Mm.
they're sending. They are saying like that things like that. And moreover, extremists on Muslims are like that taking the issues of Palestine. I have also
Mm.
seen people flying the Palestine flags in the French riots thing.
Mm.
And the conservatives also taking this as opportunity for like by not allowing them
That's going to happen no matter when the no matter when there is turmoil in society or violence in society, there will be people who take advantage of it. But I'm honestly not that, as I said, I'm not really that concerned with what is happening in France. This live stream primarily talks about India. So if you want to talk about Manipur, we can.
okay, sir. And also I just want to say that anxious people nothing but who just want to what should I say? Okay, sir, next time I'll talk about
Okay. Okay.
detailing.
Cool. Chill. It's okay. Chalo. Bye.
Fine, thanks.
Right. Aman Mandurkar is back. Hi, Aman. Aman's topic was atheism
Hello,
is not your choice. Hi, Aman. Go on.
hello,
Yes, I can hear you. Go on.
hello,
Hello.
hello, Vimoh.
Hello.
So
Can you hear me?
yes, I have couple of question, doubts, and thoughts on something these topics.
Hmm.
So I want to respond this thing.
Okay.
Atheism is not your choice. It is not just limited to God. It is all about illogic and belief, right?
Okay.
And do you think that belief is a very important and essential part of our life, and belief uh, is a necessary to live life?
Belief in what?
Beliefs, because everybody cannot be logical all the time, and
No, I
everybody
mean
cannot
belief.
illogical all the
No.
time.
You can listen. I believe this is a cup. Is that what you're referring to?
No,
Then what
illogic
are you
is
referring?
our
What are you referring to when you say belief?
so belief is a opposite of logic.
No, it's not.
It's the illogic.
No, it's not. Belief is simply, when you know something and you have certain beliefs, you like
Okay.
knowledge.
First,
I
first,
believe
first thing.
we had a conversation with Science is Dope on his live stream sometime back. Knowledge is a subset of belief. Belief is basically anything you have a good justification for and you consider to be true.
Okay, how about this thing? Atheism is not your choice, and it is cannot be your choice. Somebody say, and there are so many people who say, "I am an atheist." It cannot be your choice. It is the result and effect of being a logical, rational, well-educated, and highly educated, and a thinker. What do you
No,
think
it's
of
not.
this?
There are plenty of people who are uneducated and they still
But
don't
there
believe
are
in
so
God.
many
And
beliefs
there are
that
plenty
are
of
as
people, Aman, there are plenty of
yeah,
people who are highly educated and still believe in God. What do you think of them?
yeah. Of course, I know it.
What do you think of that?
Yeah. No. There are some cool atheist people who say I am an atheist.
Hmm.
Right. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
Hello, Vimoh.
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is atheism
Aman, your audio cut out. I can't hear you, Aman. Like you're not on mute, but your audio is not coming. Okay, I'll take Aman down and revisit him in a second. There is someone called Surya here. Surya, your devices are not connected, it says. So I can't bring you on screen. Let me read comments for a little while. Tarun says he came here to rant against atheists or what? No, I think he was an atheist. But among plenty of atheists, there is this view that atheism has something to do with intelligence or education, which is not true. So that is where we were disagreeing. Surya is here. Hi, Surya.
Hey, Vimoh.
Hey, what's up?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I can.
Yes, okay. First of all, happy birthday to your channel. Okay.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you grow. That being said, let me not waste too much time. Okay, so like, did you see my topic there? It's in the chat.
Wait, let me just take a look at it. I may have
Yeah, it's
forgotten.
on top.
Surya says Christian apologists' argument against homosexuality. Are
Yeah,
you the
because
Christian apologist? Why is the argument?
No,
like
I'm
in
not a
quotation?
Christian apologist. I
Okay.
saw some guy. Basically, he was responding to the Joe Rogan Matt Walsh interview. Basically.
Go on.
Yeah, so I'll not focus on the what to say like full thing. So basically, I'll just focus on the argument. So basically, the premises of his argument go as follows. Premise one: God created all of us in His image, regardless of race, gender, sexuality, etc.
Yeah, rejected.
That is one.
Yeah.
Premise number two: why assume everything was created by God? Now, Joe Rogan asked a question to Matt Walsh regarding
What is
why did
premise
God-
two again? What is premise two?
He basically asked, why assume everything was created by God?
Why the premise two can't be a question, right?
Yeah, actually, let me give you some additional context to that, because basically Joe Rogan asked a question to Matt Walsh. In that interview, he was responding to the apologist. Basically, it goes as, why did God create gays and then like only to have them killed or something like that, he asked. And so for that, he's countering that with, why assume everything was created by God?
Okay, so this is clearly not a Christian apologist, right? Because a Christian apologist, I am not an expert, would
Check.
probably not say that there is
Hello?
something that has not been created by God. Was his point that gay people have been created by Satan? Because that would be interesting.
Yikes.
What happened?
Vimoh, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Hello?
yeah. I can hear you. What is happening to audio today? Surya, I can hear you.
Oh, you can. I don't know. For some
Yes.
reason, I wasn't able to hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me continue. So that's what basically he was saying. Like, then premise 3. Like, okay, did you understand premise 2?
But what is premise 2?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Premise
so,
2
so
was.
listen, we're going. I think I'm assuming that what you're saying are premises. They're not premises. They're just points. Your
Yeah,
first
points.
point is that God created man in His image and everything. The second
Yep.
point is that.
Yeah, exactly.
What is
Yeah,
the
you
second point? Second question. Second point was by Joe Rogan, who asked, "Why did
No,
God create gays?"
that is, yeah, he asked that. You got that right. But to counter that, he said, why assume, the apologist said, why assume everything was created by God? Just because you have an innate desire for attraction doesn't mean that it was created by God. That's what he said. Then
Who
he
said this?
immediately,
Joe Rogan or the
the
Matt Walsh?
apologist, who was actually, there are 3 people involved here.
Okay, I'm confused now. Let's start over.
Yeah, you know what?
Matt
Actually,
Walsh, let me tell you what I have understood so far. You correct me. Cool.
Okay.
Matt Walsh said that God created everyone in His own image. Joe Rogan asked,
No. Actually, you know what? Let me start again. I'll not focus.
Yeah. Start
I'll
again.
just focus on the
Start again.
argument that was being made.
Yeah.
So the apologist, the Christian apologist that I saw on YouTube that day said God, his first point was God created all of us in His image, regardless of race, gender, sexuality, etc. That is one thing. You got that right? Okay. Premise 2 is the world is he says that the world is not how God originally intended it to be, and apparently it's corrupted by sin, and so none of us are born right.
Okay.
That's what he says. Following that point, basically he's saying that, I think, I'm not sure. Like, okay, I'll just continue the premises. Then he says that since it's not intended, just because people have an innate desire of attraction to the same sex doesn't mean that God created it and therefore it's not moral. That's how
Okay.
it
Okay.
goes. That's the argument that the apologist made,
An argument to prove what?
that
That God,
homosexuality
that homosexuality was
is
not okay. Okay.
it's
So the
immoral.
point is that not everything in the world can be said to be created by God because God created the universe in a certain way, but it underwent corruption, and
Yeah,
homosexuality is a result of that corruption, right?
exactly. I want to know your response to that argument if you have any to that.
I reject premise number one. There is no evidence for it. Where is the evidence that God created everything?
Right, understood. But
Khatam.
let's say like assuming it was to be true,
Mhm.
what do you think of premise two? Because I think my objection was primarily with the second part, like
Do you agree with
everybody.
premise one?
Oh, you mean the God thing? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
There's no evidence for God actually. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Then
don't.
you don't need to go to premise two, and you can't go to premise two. If God did not create the universe, then the universe is what it is, and there has been no corruption in the biblical sense.
Right, understood.
When premise one goes out of the window, it's not an argument, by the way. These are just 3 points. There is no argument here. It's just three
Right,
claims. God created universe, corruption happened, and homosexual people are corrupted. There's no
right,
there's no ground to stand on here. It's just making
right. I
claims.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, understood.
Is
Thanks,
that
man.
all?
That's it. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
Surya, that was Surya. Aman Mandurkar has come back. Let me, yeah. Hi, Aman. Hi, Aman. 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 Aman.
Hello. हाँ.
हाँ.
Hello, Vimoh.
Hi.
Sorry for the interruption.
बोलो क्या हुआ?
It was from my side, I think.
अच्छा, okay.
तो मैं ये कह रहा था कि एथिसिज्म इज नॉट योर चॉइस. ये चॉइस नहीं हो सकती. That's what I'm saying.
You are saying that anyone who is educated will automatically become an atheist?
No. I didn't say educated.
Hmm.
I will say a logical person can be. Atheism is not your choice. It is the result and effect of being a logical, rational, and well educated, and a thinker.
Yeah, so all those things are very vague.
Those people can be atheist. Otherwise,
My
atheist
point is,
itself is.
Aman, जो 4
Yeah.
कैटेगरी आपने बताए, क्या था? A thinker, educated, logical और ये 3 चीज थी.
Rational, well
Rational, right?
educated.
So rational,
No.
logical. हम्म. क्या बोल रहे हो?
Yeah, these 4 things. हाँ, मैं वही तो कह रहा हूँ कि एक एथिस्ट एथिसिज्म हम चॉइस नहीं कर सकते ना.
हाँ, तो मेरा पॉइंट
हम
सुन लो. मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि जो 4 चीजें आपने कही उनमें से 3 एम्बिग्यूअस हैं. जो वेल एजुकेटेड पार्ट है वो टैंजिबल है. कोई एजुकेटेड है या नहीं हम लोग बोल सकते हैं, देख के बोल सकते हैं कि कितना पढ़ा लिखा है. पर थिंकर होना, religious people also call themselves thinkers. Logical hona, religious people are frequently logical. Rational hona is also very ambiguous. It does not really mean much. So ये कहना कि कोई अगर rational, logical और thinker है तो वो automatically atheist बन जाएगा, it does not make sense. ये कहना कि
Yeah,
कोई
my
अगर
point is.
educated है, सुन लो. कोई अगर ये कहता है कि कोई एजुकेटेड है तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली एथिस्ट बन जाएगा, तो वो भी सच नहीं है, क्योंकि ऐसे बहुत से लोग हैं जो कि एजुकेटेड हैं और फिर भी
No,
रिलीजियस
they are so-called educated. I don't call him even educated. They are so-called
give me your
educated people.
definition. Give me your definition of education.
Yeah. I think it will be better to if I give you definition of both things. Ethicism, according to me, ethicism is not just about a god.
You mean atheism, right?
Yeah. Atheism is not just about a god. It is all about being illogical and a belief. You believe in something, that's it. You are a atheist. You are a theist people. You are a religious people, right? So even a atheist person, there are so many atheist person. My fundamental point was belief is necessary to live life.
Belief is
for
necessary.
life.
Belief is necessary or unnecessary?
No. illogical. It is our innate tendency from our childhood.
Yeah.
We being logical gradually,
Mhm.
right? So atheism is not just about a god, it is all about a belief, right?
Atheism, listen, Aman, I think we are having troubles with definitions. Atheism means not believing in God. If you want to have a broader, लो, Aman गायब ही हो गया. I think there are some tech difficulties on his end. But I think primarily, I would like to wait for him to come back, but I don't have time today. We are already at 1 hour, 40 minutes. I think I can go for a little while more, but I'm not taking any more callers. Let me just read some comments and respond. Before that, I have answered everyone who has sent a super chat till now. Let's, किधर है? Nazneen says, you've got some real treasures in your live chat today. LOL. Yeah, apparently. I'm mostly not moderating today. I'm just letting people say stuff. But some people I have banned because they were just being nuisances. Right. Rationalist student says, I just joined. Is today Vimoh's birthday? No, today is the channel's third birthday. The channel turns 3 years old today. If anyone has not liked the live stream, please do so that more people may be able to see it. Gunduchi is here. Gunduchi is telling Amazon, you can do whatever your heart desires, my friend. Okay, that's a very empowering message. Freud says, Vimoh does not do self-care. Self-care is really therapeutic. That is true. I don't do much self-care. I should perhaps, but it's hard given the tough times we are all going through. Apurv says, Amazon bro, if you ever go to jail illegally, we all might say, let it be. Yeah. It's I hope Amazon realizes we are making a point for empathy, and that when something terrible happens to people around you and you stay quiet, then who will speak up for you when that same terrible thing happens to you? To say that मेरे को नहीं हो रहा तो मैं क्यों चिंता करूं दूसरे लोगों की is just, I don't know what to call it. I don't want to, like, on the 3rd anniversary of the channel, I don't want to use swear words, but it's quite fucked up. Okay, I did. Gunduchi says, Amazon, your freedom ends where my forehead begins, bro. I think Amazon might be a troll. Yeah. Right. Sarath says, do you think that theism is irrational? I would need to understand what you mean by rational or irrational. Because if you are using the word rational in the sense that Indian rationalists use it, then yes, theism is irrational because their rationality is framed by a skeptical mindset. There is no evidence for theism, therefore theism is irrational. However, the word rational can also be taken to mean that if someone has a worldview and they're acting in accordance with that worldview, then within that worldview, they're being rational. If someone is a Muslim and they are acting the way a Muslim should, given their Muslim worldview, then they're being a rational Muslim, right? So it would depend on the definition of the word rational. Not everyone uses it the same way. Spurious Capula says, Aman, it's all statistics though, and statistics are vague. There might be a correlation at best between being atheist and having high IQ or some level of education, and that too requires data. Trust me, I've seen plenty of atheists who are not high IQ at all. And I've seen religious people who are smart. I've also seen religious people who are not high IQ at all. And I've also seen atheists who are smart. It is not a clear-cut line that divides these two things. Like, you can at no point say atheism makes you smart and religion makes you stupid, or that religion makes you smart and atheism makes you stupid. That's not how this line works. Surya is here. Surya says, hey Vimoh, Surya here. I think I got your point. The apologist was trying to appeal to people who already believe in the notion of God with that argument. Yeah. It was not an argument. And I'm happy that you're putting argument within quotation marks. It was just claims. A lot of people sometimes message on or leave a comment on the main channel saying, what do you respond to this argument? Bhoot hote hain. First of all, it's not an argument. An argument is something for which there is proper structure. Just saying something does not make it an argument. अगर को तुम कहते हो भूत होते हैं तो I can just say भूत नहीं होते हैं. This is a proper rebuttal to it. If you give me evidence, I can talk about it. If you don't give me any evidence and you just say something, I have no reason to think that what you are saying needs to be taken seriously, because I can also say something that is the exact opposite of it. I'm happy to talk as long as there is an argument. If there isn't and you're just going by claims, then it's not an argument. Confirmation bias at its heights. Yeah, I suppose that's one way of putting it. Spirit says, Vimoh, I know, that's why I said statistics. Statistics are all about distributions with averages and deviations. Yep. Fuad says, Amazon, so talking to people on Discord made you develop a British accent. Interesting. Amazon says, Nazneen, I talk to many people from Middle East, and back in COD days, I used to play with 2 Iraqi dudes. Wow. So tolerant, Amazon. But anyway, none of this has anything to do with the fact that you were advocating apathy on the live stream. You're saying that, yeah, terrible things. Like I would understand if you were saying, yeah, those people are bad and terrible things should happen to them. That would at least be logically consistent or emotionally consistent. But you agree that bad things are happening. You agree that good people are suffering for no reason, and then you say we should not do anything about it, which makes me think that you're either just a troll or someone who's seriously in need of an emotional quotient upgrade. Get therapy, my friend, if that is the case. Bhakt, who was incredible to yes. Right. So with that, we reach today the end of today's live stream. It has been 1 hour 43 minutes. Thank you everyone for joining. Sorry to everyone who had audio issues. I don't know if it was on my end or your end. I think at some point we are going to have to bypass this StreamYard thing. And if people have suggestions about how I can do the conversation thing on OBS or Streamlabs, please let me know. If nothing else works, I'll just start a Discord server for enabling audio chat, for which I'll probably need moderators also. But I want a Discord server to only have audio chats and nothing else. I don't want conversations to happen there, because then it will become too much work for cash on delivery. No, cash on delivery. nahi. COD means Call of Duty. He was playing cash on delivery with Iraqi dudes. That would have been fun. I don't know what that would even mean. Very funny, Vinod. But yeah, we are going to have to figure out some way of doing the audio chats on Discord. If people have suggestions, Gunduchi, if you know how I can do it, please find a tool or something and let me know. StreamYard pe thoda mushkil ho raha hai aajkal. I think it may either be because of StreamYard or something else, but I don't know. I want to do the whole thing on Streamlabs because the audio quality is incredible on it. Like, it's not loud, but it is super clear. And I really, in case, if there is one thing you need to know about me, it is that I really value good audio. But thank you, people, for joining today. Today has been Saturday, 8th of July, and we did our live stream. The next time I meet you will be on Wednesday, by the way. Just a reminder, if you want to support the channel, you can click the join button below and become a member, or send a super chat like several good people did today. You can also go to my blog at vimoh.stck.me and make a one-time contribution there by clicking the support button. You can also support the channel on Patreon at patreon.com/Vimoh. You can also buy merch at kadakmerch.com/Vimoh Live. If you go to the main page of this channel and click on the store tab, you'll find a list of items, t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, etc. that you can buy. And that also goes into supporting the channel. I really appreciate the support all of you have given me over the last 3 years. For a huge part of which the channel was not even monetized and you were just contributing money by So I really appreciate it. The next time I see you all, it will be on Wednesday at 8 p.m. when I won't be taking calls on that day, but I'll just be reading comments. So I'll see you then. Until then, please take care of yourselves and be well. A lot of weird things are happening in Indian politics, and I hope that we all get to better understand what is happening in Maharashtra by that time. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Good night.